Hi everyone, Frank Moore again, March 24th, 2011. And if you'd like to read my documentary on Bible prophecy and current events, you can go to my website and click the link right below the front and the back cover of my book. When you click that link, it'll download the whole entire book for you, 325 pages, 8.5 by 11. There's a ton of information there, and you can get it absolutely free with no strings attached. And believe me, this is a labor of love. And most books that you're going to buy in the stores, by the time they get to the stores, the news is outdated. But with my book, you're going to get it for nothing. It's absolutely free, and you're going to find out that when you read the book, everything is up to date. Not too many people have ever done this, and like I said, it's a labor of love, but it's my ministry that the Lord has given to me. It's been a blessing, all the work that I'm doing to help people see that Jesus Christ is true. Now, before I go on today, I just want to give you some good news. Every time I see something happen that is good, I want to pass this information to you so that you can check it. So if you go to my website, again, it's www.bibleprophecyman.com. You're going to see eFoods Direct. Now, eFoods Direct is a company that you can buy food from, and I believe that anybody should have extra food around the house for emergency purposes. We just saw a hard lesson what happened in Japan with that 9.0 earthquake. And I know that the people there probably second guessing now. Wish that they would have gotten and prepared for any kind of an emergency, whether it be an earthquake, tsunami, or flooding. Could be anything, even civil war. But you should be prepared in any case. But the reason why I'm doing this is because eFoods Direct right now is sending food out absolutely free shipping, and this could be savings to $300 to $400. And I believe that they're doing this because of what had happened in Japan, and they know that the price is going to go up, so they're telling people now that they'll ship it to you absolutely free. So this is why I put this advertisement at my site. Now, I'm not getting any kickbacks whatsoever from the company. It's a good deal, and every time I see something good, like I said, I put it up. Now we're going to get into the prophecies. As I said, Zechariah 12:3, we're told that Israel was going to be the focus of attention in the last days, and specifically Jerusalem, because it says that all the nations will be coming against Israel and Jerusalem, and anybody that did, God would cut them into pieces. And we see that there's news almost every week now how Israel's being isolated. And we know that there's going to be war in the Middle East. And the other prophecy that hasn't been fulfilled yet is Psalms 83. And that's the war that the nations bordering Israel are going to attack Israel, thinking that they're going to wipe Israel off the map. Now, I've been showing you over the course of these weeks the different skirmishes between the Palestinians and the Israelis that have been going on, which I believe that one of these conflicts, sooner or later, is going to spark into the prophecy to fulfill that Psalm 83 war. Now, let me show you that there is some news today. Deadly bombing targets Jerusalem bus stop. All right, now, when you go to my website, I give you more details about this, but today there was a bombing again. It says one person has died and more than 20 others are injured after a bomb blast at the crowded bus stop in central Jerusalem, Israel officials say. The bomb had left the bag by the side of the road near the center bus station, police said. Dozens of ambulances converge on the scene near the entrance of the city, and police sealed off the area. Jerusalem suffered a spat of bus bombings between the year 2000 and 2004. but attacks have stopped in recent years. Witnesses said the force of the blast, just after 1500 local time, 1300 GMT, shocked buildings over a wide area. So here we go again. We see that the Palestinians, who you have to understand, there's many factions within the Palestinian organizations. That's a Hezbollah, the Hamas, the Fatah, and you have different people running the organization. And sometimes they're even at odds with themselves. But they all have the goal, and the goal is to regather themselves together and to recapture East Jerusalem and to defeat the Israelis. And we know that these skirmishes one day are going to lead to the Psalm 83 war. Now, when you go to my website, if you scroll back to my post yesterday, there's a chart there that shows you who the nations are in the Old Testament, their modern day names today, and you will see that the Palestinians and for example, and the southern Jordanians are the tents of Edom, for example. So we know that these are the same people that we were told in Scripture we're going to be attacking. Now, the incident today, that when they sent in this bomb that did so much destruction there again in Israel, these are again signs of the birth pangs of the last days. Now, there's been a lull between the year 2000 and 2004 where we didn't see too much action after the 2004 bombings. But now all of a sudden we start seeing these bombings while they're sending these mortars and rockets into Israel. And if you saw my post yesterday, there was at least 154 of those rockets that have gone in since January of 2011. Now, let me give you another article. And when you go to my website, you'll be able to see and click to the links to all of these articles that I'm presenting to you. Now, this article says this: Israel braces for flare up a Gaza rockets hit. I'm going to read it. Palestinian rockets struck two cities deep in Israel on Wednesday, wounding a resident and prompting Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to threaten lengthy exchanges of blows with the Hamas-ruled Gaza Strip. Islamic Jihad, a smaller Gaza faction. Like I said, there's all kinds of different factions within the Palestinian organization. The Gaza faction and occasional Hamas ally claimed responsibility for the attacks in Beersheba and Ashdod. They followed Israel airstrikes and shelling in the Gaza Strip on Tuesday that killed 4 Palestinian citizens, including 3 children playing football and 5 militants, medical officials said. Netanyahu, who voiced regret on Tuesday's civilian deaths and said Israel sought no escalation, took a tougher tone after some members of his cabinet mooted the wider offense on Gaza. Goes on to say, no country would be prepared to absorb protected missile fires on its cities and citizens. And of course, the state of Israel is not prepared. To, Netanyahu said. So he said that they're not prepared to keep handling these rockets that are coming in. So you have the bomb left near the bus that wounded and killed many people, and then you have now more rockets going in on Wednesday into Israel again, and I keep warning you, they're not going to stop. Now, here's another part of the article. It could be that the matter will entail exchanges of blows, and it may take certain period of time, but we are very determined to strike at the terrorist elements and deny them the means of attacking our citizens, he said, according to the transcript issued by his office. In another statement down here, it says, in a statement, Islamic Jihad said it sought to revenge the Zionist massacre against the fighters and people and would continue to fight until the full liberation of our lands. A reference to Israel as well as the West Bank in Gaza. In other words, they're not going to stop. They're telling you right here, they are not going to stop. They want to get rid of the Israelis. They want to capture, again, Jerusalem. They want all the land that they lost in 1967, and they want it all back. And this is essentially what we see in the scriptures, where God warns about this war that will come. Now, there's many scenarios that which may kick off this war, the Psalm 83 war, and I believe that what we're seeing here are the pretense to that war. One more quote from this article. Israel's Vice Premier Sullivan Shalom said that the Islamics may have opened a new front with Israel to stop any possibility of dialogue among the Palestinians, or to come to an ultra-Palestinian negotiation in a far stronger position. So what they're saying, the Vice Prime Minister here is saying that he believes that they're doing this because they want a harder position with the Palestinians, the other sections of the Palestinians, to go in and to deal with the peace process. And but they're taking on, they believe that they take on this strong stance, but obviously who in their right mind is going to want to deal with anybody, even to sit down and have peace talks, if we see continually bombing and we can see the rockets that are going into the area? Nobody's going to want to sit down and talk peace with these people. And obviously we have to reference again Paul's warning from 1 Thessalonians 5:3. I've mentioned it 100 times, but this is where Paul said that when they're talking peace and safety, when they're calling for peace and safety, sudden destruction will come upon them as a woman travail upon a bride here, or a woman travail upon birth pangs. So we know that during the time that of these birth pangs, just like a woman who was in labor, it's going to get worse. These skirmishes are going to get worse. I'll have to warn you again, the Palestinians are not going to stop trying to get rid of the Israelis. They're going to try to continue to take back the land until there's a major war, and that major war is going to be the fulfillment of Psalm 83.